sad.
Hey, what's up everyone? This is Dan the Movie Man, and welcome to a very special Christmas episode. We have Due Date, Skyline, and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Later in my show, I will get to the results from last month's questions. I'll answer on who answered the trivia question from last month. With that said, let's get started with Due Date, starring Robert Downey Jr., Zach Galifianakis, Michelle Monaghan, and Jamie Foxx. Now, the movie's about Robert Downey Jr., who plays a father-to-be, and he finds out that he's on the no-fly list at an airport for some reason. And he meets up with Zach Galifianakis, who he hitches a ride with, and he doesn't like him very much, and they get into a bunch of shenanigans on the way. Michelle Monaghan also plays Robert Downey Jr.'s wife, and Jamie Foxx plays his best friend. So here's my review on this. It's pretty funny. I thought it was definitely worth my money. I didn't laugh as much as I thought I would. I mean, it's not laughter where I was crying throughout the whole movie like I did with The Hangover, which, by the way, is the same director, Todd Phillips. But I think I enjoyed it more seeing Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis connecting with each other because they have really good chemistry. And after I saw Zach Galifianakis' performance in it, I think that he could probably do drama. And I know he's coming out with The Hangover too, so I know he's going to be playing the funny, stupid guy again. But I hope that, just like Seth Rogen, where we thought he was going to be just the fat, funny guy all the time, he did a few serious roles at some points. So I really want Zach Galifianakis to do that and not stick with the same role as he usually does. But out of all, I thought it was pretty funny. Robert Downey Jr. was hilarious. And so here's my star review on this. I'm going to give this 3.5 stars for just that reason. So in other words, I'm saying, is the movie funny? Yes. Is it funnier than The Hangover? No. But that's my own opinion. Next up is Skyline, starring a whole bunch of actors we've never even heard of before, except Turk from Scrubs. Now, the movie's about these people who are just partying in LA, and the moment that they wake up, they find out that aliens have landed and are sucking up people. And it's their job to, find shelter or to get help. So here's my review on this. Where do I begin? Here's the thing. Visually, I was impressed. I thought the ships were pretty cool, especially that scene where they showed thousands of people getting sucked up at once. But the acting and the story is atrocious. The acting is so bad. It's honestly, it's a really big waste of time. I mean, it's so bad how they take a movie where they think it looks like it's going to be the greatest thing we've ever seen before, and all we get is a bunch of crappy actors that aren't doing a good job. But see, the thing is, the difference between the other movies I've seen and this one, example, Transformers 2, The Expendables, Clash of the Titans, or even 2012, the dialogue in that is forgivable. This was unforgivable dialogue. Honestly, this is one movie that really pissed me off with the acting. It just got me so mad, and the characters are so unlikable. I mean, half the time you just want to strangle them. It's just, and the ending is very bad. I won't spoil what happens, but after I saw it, that is probably what pissed me off the most. All in all, it's a really big waste of time. I mean, if you're into visuals, then you could probably see it. But if you're looking for something like acting-wise, don't even waste your time. So I'm going to give this 2.5 stars for my star rating. Last but not least, the big one, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1, starring Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, and the rest of the Harry Potter cast. And better yet, I even saw the midnight showing, and some of my fans I actually got to see there. Now, this is the final installment of the Harry Potter series, but this is only the first part. The second half comes out in July. And here's my review on this. Out of all the Harry Potter movies I've seen, this one was by far the best. It was the darkest, it was the most emotional, it was the story where it gets right to the point. Harry, Ron, and Hermione don't go to Hogwarts. They're out on the road and wandering through the forest looking for the Horcruxes and trying to destroy the one that they've already encountered in the last one. And you could definitely tell that all the actors have put their time and effort to make this the best Harry Potter movie. Since this is going to be the last one, they're using everything they've got. And judging by how they were acting, they've done a really spectacular job. Everything was just, I don't really have any problems with it, except that, they changed only some minor things. And they added one scene in the beginning where I don't think ever happened in the book. So, with that said, I'm going to give this movie 4.5 stars. Also, in one of the scenes where they went on a road trip through the forest where they were traveling, they had to cut some of those scenes because in the book they were so long. So if they kept all of that stuff in the book, I think it would probably bore the audience. But so far, this one's my favorite because they take all or most of the source material from the book. Because in the last 6 Harry Potter books, they've done it all in one movie, but they had to cut out a bunch of stuff because it'd probably be over 3 hours. And judging for this one, if they took part 1 and part 2 and made it into one, it'd probably be a 6-hour movie, and people would either leave the theater or they would fall asleep through the movie. And like in 5 and 6, it's weird because in the 5th one, it's the longest Harry Potter book, but it's the shortest Harry Potter movie, and they changed a lot of things in the 6th one. But for this one, I'm glad that they kept to the source material, and that's what they want to do to make the fans happy. Now, time to get to the questions. Last month, I asked you guys, what is your favorite horror movie of all time? And here are the top 5 choices that you guys came up with. Number 5 was It. Number 4 was Friday the 13th. Number 3 was Saw. Number 2 was Nightmare on Elm Street. And your number 1 favorite horror movie of all time was Halloween. And the second question was, who is your favorite Harry Potter character? And I've only got a top 3 for today. Number 3, surprisingly, was Harry Potter. I would have thought that he would be number 1 because his name is in the title. Number 2 was Snape, my personal favorite. And your number 1 favorite Harry Potter character was Hagrid. Because, he's just a lovable character. Everyone loves Hagrid. And the trivia question, I asked you guys, who said the line, "We all go a little mad sometimes"? And the winner was Stephen Langlois. I think that's his name. I know his first name's Stephen. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. Langlois? Anyway, you're the winner. I just want to give a shout out to you, so congratulations. Now, I got 5 new questions for today, and I'm hoping I get a lot of responses. Number 1, now that I've reviewed Due Date, which do you think is the better comedy, The Hangover or Due Date? Question number 2, now that I've reviewed Skyline, what is your favorite sci-fi movie? Mine personally would have to be either The Matrix or Empire Strikes Back. Probably Empire Strikes Back. Number 3. Now this is a very interesting one. Just 2 days ago, I was on IMDb and I found out the possible predictions for the Oscar nominations for Best Picture. I've been trying to memorize them in my head, but I've usually been leaving out one, so I finally have a list, so I'm going to read them off to you, and here they are. 127 Hours, Black Swan, The Fighter, Inception, The Kids Are All Right, The King's Speech, The Social Network, The Town, Toy Story 3, and True Grit. Now, out of all 10 of those movies that I've said, which one do you want? Not which one do you think, which one do you want to win Best Picture? Me personally, I would probably either want The Town or Inception to win, because both of them just blew my mind. Question number 4. Now, this was a piece of information I found out last week. There was a 1995 movie called Judge Dredd starring Sylvester Stallone that was really cheesy, over-the-top acting, and had a lot of action cliches in it. And I found out that they were going to be remaking it, starring Carl Urban from Star Trek and Red, and he's going to be playing Judge Dredd, and the photo got released of him. First of all, here's the photo of Sylvester Stallone as Judge Dredd. Yeah, that looks pretty threatening. Also, one question, Stallone. I think that's supposed to go on the inside. I mean, I honestly have no idea what to say about that anymore. I mean, yeah, the movie came out in the 90s. What a big surprise. And now here is the photo of Carl Urban. I know, not that different, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. I think I'd probably go see that when it comes out. Also, he's a better actor in general, and I was surprised on how badass he was in Red. So my question for you is, now that Judge Dredd is going to be remade, and Judge Dredd was a flop at the box office in the 90s, what is one movie that you personally love, but a lot of people don't? I think I'd have to say Judge Dredd is one of them, probably because even though it has over-the-top acting and a bunch of action cliches, that's probably what makes it enjoyable and fun to watch. Also, you could check out the review of Judge Dredd from the Nostalgia Critic, who, by the way, is one of the inspirations that got me to do this. If you've never seen any of his videos, I highly recommend it. They're really funny. Also, he does bum reviews that does a quick movie review of recent movies for like 3 to 4 minutes. But probably one movie I'd have to say that I personally liked was Batman Forever. Honestly, yeah, I really enjoyed it. In fact, I watched it recently, and I think I liked it more than when I saw it as a little kid. And it was the first Batman movie I saw when I was a kid. Now, the last and final question. Now that Christmas is on the way, what is your favorite Christmas movie of all time? Well, that's it for me. Until then, this is Dan the Movie Man, signing off.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year.